Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. And I want to take this time to speak to you fathers. Fathers, love your children. Protect your children. It is your duty, it is your responsibility. And this weakness that you have felt, this weakness that has been embedded into your psychic to make you think that those of you who are not protecting your children, doing for your children as you wish things to be done for them, it is because you have accepted imposed thought of inferiority. Fathers, this is what I want to say. I know a lady whose son was murdered by a group of men over a girl. I know a man whose son was beaten for no reason other than the psyche of the officer. But then you see it on TV all the time. You see policemen kicking people, beating them up, and when they complain and they're investigated, it always says that it was justified. We as a nation of people should protect our brothers and sisters and under no circumstance allow any enforcement officer to beat any other of our sisters and brothers. We should make sure that that does not happen. We know that there's some prejudiced people in the world. We know there's some evil and low down dirty people in the world. So we should not ever allow that kind of authority to be at their disposal. You say have no. In order to protect all of us, then there are certain things that just must not be permitted. Now, I got boys, and I can imagine that if they came up beaten down, eyes all busted, skull all swollen, and it was done at the hands of anybody, I would be furious. And I'd want justice, especially if it was something that they themselves perpetrated because they wanted to express themselves and victimize my son. They'd have to answer for that. And I don't care who it is. It could be a citizen, a neighbor, it could be police, it could be anybody. Whoever it is, they better make sure. And I don't mind the legal system trying to apply its, what they call power in the matter, and determine that the defendant is the right defendant. And then once you know, then it is the responsibility of the father to protect your children. Now you got a law that says that's the responsibility of the state. Let the state do it. Don't take the law into your hands. Well, I say, if I were asked or had a statement come to me like that, I would say the only way the state, you or any of you, could get that right from me is if you guaranteed my son unlimited, unrestricted education. If you guaranteed my son health care from the womb to the tomb, whatever it is that has to do with health care, guaranteed him a career of his choosing, that he would apply his skills and gifts and talents in the process of creating goods and services for this nation, and that would be his greatest joy, and the reaping of what we the people have conjured up is the cream on the top. Now, if you can guarantee that to my boy, then I would trust you. I would trust you to find anybody that friends his rights. I would trust you to defend my son. But if you Don't care whether my son get an education or not. Just make sure some get it, and others casualties of life. You can live with yourselves when my son can't have health care when he needs it, or find a job when he's qualified to do a job, or when he wants to train for a job, and that is not accessible to him, and then you want me to put my son's life responsibility in your hands in situations. No, my friend, you don't deserve that right. You don't deserve that right. So I would warn anybody. If you want to get me, you hurt my children. You hurt any of them, and I'm gonna find you. You don't bother them, they won't bother you, and you don't have to worry about me, because all I want is peace, prosperity, and joy for every last one of us. But I want you to know, and I'm saying to every father, protect your children first. Don't put your children's life in the hands of a state. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. State does not care about you. They're playing games with your life. And you have played a part in allowing it to happen. So don't be all hog-mighty like somebody did you wrong. You played a part in this game. The question now is, now that someone has finally told you, what you gonna do about it? Your training says you're not gonna do anything. You have to have a spiritual rebirth to change that thought and manifest something that says, oh yes, not only is change coming, change is here because it's in you. Bye-bye.